so great to be here to be able to share this story with you today. So I'm going to start by telling you the story of a boy called Mez. Hopefully he'll be on the screen very shortly. Mez is a refugee from Eritrea, and he is a very important person in my life. I'll go on to explain why. But when I first met Mez, I didn't really know anything about Eritrea. And you guys probably all do, but I was very naive when I started this work. I didn't really know much. And Eritrea is a country in East Africa, I soon found out, that has compulsory military service. So Mez actually fled. Let me see if we can find him. There he is. Can you guys see him? Amazing. So Mez was 12 when he fled this country. He was doing compulsory military service, which everybody in Eritrea goes into the army, and his father was in prison for fleeing the army, and Mez's older brother was also already in the army. He was very fearful of going to fight. Mez always says that he didn't want to hold a gun, he wanted to hold a pen, he wanted to go to school, he was only 12. So he fled Eritrea with two 13-year-old friends, and they crossed the border into Ethiopia. From Ethiopia, they crossed into Sudan, and from Sudan they crossed the Sahara Desert into Libya. Now, crossing the Sahara Desert, as many of you may know, is a crazy, crazy part of his journey. It took him over 2 weeks, 15 days, during which they had no food, and one of his 13-year-old friends died in the desert. So two of them continued and made it into Libya. In Libya, they crossed the border, they crossed the water, the Mediterranean Sea, to Italy. And at this point, Mez had never seen the sea before, he couldn't swim. And I've got some pictures of this journey actually. So this is how he crossed the Sahara. And he crossed the sea in a boat that looks a little bit like this. Now, Mez's boat capsized in the Mediterranean. These boats are not designed to make these journeys. And Mez thought he was going to die that day, age 12. He looked up to the sky, the black sky in the Mediterranean, and he thought, right, this is it for me. He was actually saved by the Italian Coast Guard. It was a miracle, and he was taken to Italy, where he was given some food and some cream for some skin infections that he had, and kind of sent on his way. This whole journey had taken him a long time. By the time he finished his journey, he was 13. So by this point, he was nearly 13. And Mez crossed Europe at that point on foot. He bunked trains where he could, he had a little money, until he made it to the Calais jungle. You guys have probably heard about the Calais jungle. It was in the news a lot, especially in 2015, 2016. Less so now, since it was tarnished, but there are still a lot of people living in Calais. So from the Calais jungle, Mez crossed the water, again, hiding underneath the Eurozone train to make it to the UK in the summer of 2015. And 4 years ago exactly, so this month, it's his 4-year anniversary, he successfully made it to the UK. And at that point, he was placed by Kent Social Services with my family. He became my little brother. So Mez has been in my family for 4 years now. And it was Mez that really, really changed my life. And that's what I'm here to tell you about today. So if you guys cast your mind back to that time that Mez made it to the UK, summer of 2015, you can probably remember that there was a lot in the news about the Calais jungle. But the headlines said things like swarms of migrants and marauding migrants, and they were using very dehumanizing terminology to describe the people that were living in this camp. At the time, there was about 3,000 people living there. And I really had this curiosity, this want to find out more about the people that were living there, the stories of why they were leaving, their journeys, what life was like in the camp, why they wanted to come to the UK, all of these things that I felt like the media wasn't answering. So I decided, again, very naively, I'd never worked in the humanitarian sector before, I worked in fashion at the time, and I decided to make a journey to Calais with one of my brothers, filled the car with some things that we thought that people would need. And what I experienced that day, what I experienced that first trip, what happened to me that day really did change the direction of my life, as I mentioned, Mez being a trigger. And what was so shocking is not the fact that people were sleeping in tents in the mud, not the conditions that were shocking. It was more a case of the welcoming and kindness that we received when we got there. People wanted to share what little they had, food. I was kind of surprised because I had a car full of food and I was like, hang on a minute, this is what I expected, the wrong way around from what I expected. But people wanted to share what little they had and also their stories. And I heard stories that day that I thought I'd never hear firsthand. Stories just like Mez's. Mez was representational of many people in the camp. And what I meant there was not just people from fleeing a war in Syria. It was people fleeing forced compulsory military service in Eritrea, genocide in Sudan. Many people from Afghanistan too. They were the three main nationalities that were there. And I learned a lot very quickly about what was happening. And so I left after that first trip feeling very uncomfortable with the fact that it was so easy for me to make this journey back across the channel that I could easily get in the comfort of my car and go back to the UK when people were telling me that they were risking their lives on a daily basis to make the same journey. So when I got home from that first trip, I really felt compelled to go to the camp again. I felt like people had been telling me that they needed basic human needs, things like, they were cold at night and they were hungry during the day. They needed tents and sleeping bags and warm clothing. So I wrote a post on my Facebook page that I thought, would go out to my friends and family to let them know that this is what happened, this is the people that I've met, and that this is what they needed, and I'm going to be going back. And if anyone had any stuff, to send it to me, this is my address, if anyone wanted to come with me. And what happened next was very, very overwhelming. That post that I wrote, within a very short time, received thousands and thousands of shares. It reached about 13 million people eventually. And I was met with something, as I say, it was completely overwhelming. This outpouring of people wanting to do something, wanting to get involved, messages upon messaging saying, how can I help, what can I do? The people in the UK that this was reaching, and beyond the UK, across Europe, were saying, I want to do something, I want to help, I want to get involved. I want to hear a different story to what I've been reading in the newspapers. What can I do? And not just that, as I said, I've stupidly put my address in this post. And I often give these talks with my brother, who initially came to the camp with me, and he always says that, how was I to expect what had happened? I never got more than about 10 likes on the status before this post, and it was true. I really didn't expect this incredible response. So what happened was a massive, massive outpouring, as I say, of messages, but also physical stuff that people wanted to donate. People sent out Amazon deliveries of brand new tents and sleeping bags. It's absolutely incredible the way that people responded. But given something to do, people did it, and they did it with a compassion that was incredible to see, that people made care packages of tents and sleeping bags, and they wrote notes pinned to knitted goods that they'd knitted themselves. It was just an absolutely incredible time, those first few months when we absolutely received the most overwhelming amount of donations. My poor parents were like, oh, what have you done? You first arrived at my house, and then very, very quickly we coordinated this to come to warehouses in London. We had about 8 warehouses at the beginning where we would collect donations, sort them, and then bring them to Calais where we would distribute them. So it was a logistical nightmare. I had no idea what I was doing, and it was a real learning curve. I had to learn very, very quickly. As I said, I'd never done any distribution before, and distributing stuff to people who needed this stuff was not easy. But we did our best. We started with basic things like shoes. People in the camp, lots of people didn't have proper footwear, and shoes distributions. And when we put the ask out there on Facebook for shoes, people responded again in their thousands. It was really, really incredible to see. But not just this, people continued to ask the same questions that I had when I first went to the camp. People wanted to know more. People wanted to know the alternative, the different story from what they were reading in the media, the answers to the questions that weren't being met. And so what we started to do was really document the stories that we were hearing, the people that we were meeting, the friends that we were making in the camp. And we made a film called Jangala about the jungle. I've got the trailers to show you.
The life here in the camp is very difficult and it's very, very, very dangerous. Sometimes our friends, our sisters, our brothers died on the tunnel station. I want to say for the peoples of England, we are a peaceful peoples. We are a good peoples.
Now, as you guys probably know, at the end of 2016, the camp in Calais was demolished in its entirety. Now, the camp doesn't exist anymore, but the people, many of the people that live there there are many people still living in Calais. And people dispersed to different places in France. Many people went to Paris. I just came from Paris this morning. There's many people still living in the street there, many unaccompanied minors. So our work spread. Naturally, as our community spread, this online community of people that wanted to do something, wanted to take action, we started working in other places in France. We started working in Greece, now we work in Jordan, Lebanon, and Turkey. Another little short film I wanted to show you is a film made by one of our volunteers, Dan. Now, Dan, I'm going to tell you quickly about him. He worked in travel, he was a travel agent in the UK. And he went out to Lesbos, again, feeling compelled to do something, feeling compelled that he wanted to get involved. He was seeing this in the news and he wanted to see if there was anything that he could do out there to help. And what he realised when he got to Lesbos was that really was. He met lots of boats that were arriving to shore. He worked in search and rescue. And we supported him in doing so. We had a small search and rescue team that met these boats. And Dan wore a GoPro on his chest while he was doing this. And this is a short example of what he experienced.
It's okay. Hey, come. Get out! Okay.
like sharing these stories with you. What I've realised in the last 4 years is that we've created this community online. It's called the Worldwide Tribe, and that when coming together, we're powerful. And even as individuals, we have these resources at our fingertips, literally, to have access to information, so that we can no longer be ignorant to what is happening around us and on our doorstep, actually. And I really recognise that through this platform, through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, anything that we needed, someone knew someone who knew someone who could connect someone, and we got stuff done. And that was really, really incredible to see. And we've gone on to make lots of films, tell lots of stories on a daily basis, and now we have a podcast. This is Mez telling his story as his 4-year anniversary to highlight the last 4 years, not just his journey arriving to the UK, but then also what life has looked like since he's been to the UK. Because that's been a whole nother journey. One chapter, one journey came to an end, but then a whole other one started. Integration, new learnings, and new culture, and hearing that from his perspective, I think, is really, really important. Because if we can really listen to each other, if we can really, really listen and get into that mindset of getting yourself into somebody else's shoes and really feeling something from somebody else's perspective, then it broadens your own. And that's what this is about. That's what this is about, connection, whether that's online or in real life, about human connection, breaking down some of those stereotypes, some of those words that mean nothing. Refugee, asylum seeker, migrant, whatever they are, underneath all of those things, underneath all of the things that might divide us, nationality, religion, race, borders, under all of that, we're all human, we're all in this together, we all live on this world together, and that's what this is about. That I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty or to make you feel like there's horrible things happening in the world. I'm telling you this to make you feel empowered that as individuals that we can take action, we can create change, and that's what we have a responsibility to do. So thank you very much for listening to me.